back to your Internet of Bodies and Internet of Things, because that's what it says it's going to do. It's going to monitor every citizen, every living thing on this earth all the time. You know, and then we have Yuval. I listened to him the other night. He was up in London, and he were talking not so much about the Internet of Bodies and Internet of Things, but he did explain about this, everything is connected, you know, and then he advanced on to religion. And he was explaining how religions could merge, you know, it is selling away, where I'm feeling like that sounds like one world religion. I could be wrong, but then there's obviously been that campaign, COEXIST, you know, that's been around since 93, maybe a bit earlier, but I come across it 93, and that was explaining about the one world religion. Okay, so it just feel like everything is merging to a point where it's taking away our humanity. So I just finding it hard to believe, like, see how it benefits the general population when they're going to be monitored all the time. And I just feel like right now, what we're being given with all this technology, you know, you could buy the robot like Elon just brought out. I feel that what that is the sweeties.
So the word of God comes from a text. This was the kind of the big invention of religions of the book, like Judaism and Christianity and Islam, that God speaks to us through a book, through a text. And for centuries, these religions just wrote texts about texts about texts. These were the mouthpieces of God. The rabbis, the imams, the theologians, this is what they do. They read texts and write texts. And now we have something that can read text and write texts like no human being. You know, no human rabbi is able to read all the texts ever produced by in the Jewish tradition. So everybody reads the Bible and the Mishnah and the Talmud, but you cannot read all the texts of every rabbi that lived in Yemen or Poland like 300 years ago. Now you can. There is something that can. You know, you have this AlphaGo that beat the world champion at Go, and you have AlphaFold that knows how to fold all the proteins in the world. You can have AlphaRabbi that just read all the texts, not a single one is left out, and can find patterns in the texts that escaped all the human rabbis over centuries. And then the big question for a religion like Judaism is, what do you do with it? Do you accept its new ideas, its revolutionary interpretations? It's a big question. I don't know what the answer is. Because the idea, I mean, the whole idea around religions of the book is they want to get humans out of the loop. Because previously, you wanted to know what God said, you had to speak with a human. Like if you're in ancient Greece, you go to the Pythia, or you go to some priestess or priest. What does Artemis want? What does Zeus tell us? And then people say, but how can you trust a human? You can't. So they came up with the book. Don't trust the human, trust the book. The book is never wrong. And humans can't change the book. And so in a way, the text is more authoritative than the human beings. And now, when you have this kind of super text, what do you do? Especially when the text can talk back to you. I mean, again, one big problem in Judaism and all these religions for centuries is that you have all these questions about the text, and the text is silent. What did you mean by this? You need to go to a human again to interpret the text. Now you have a text that can talk back. And if the rabbis say, no, this is not acceptable because of that, the AI can say, yes, but in the Talmud, in here and there, it says that blah, 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 and it is acceptable. So we'll see what happens. I don't know.